This is a walk around of my 2006 GX470. I thought I'd do a video going around the vehicle showing the different things that I modified or built to make it the way I want it. So walk around the outside first. It's sitting on a 2.5 to 3 inch Toy Tech Aluma Series lift kit and suspension. I've got 35 inch BFG KM3s. On the front, I've got the replacement grille from, I think, Alpha Garage with the Raptor lights in it. In the front, I have a Badlands 12,000 pound winch, synthetic rope, and it is on a Southern style off-road incognito bumper in the back. On the front here, I made these light brackets that attach to the hood on the underside. On both sides that are pointing out to the side are just some Amazon special lights that I had in my toolbox that I put on here. And then I bought these Heretic cube lights that are a combination flood and spot on both sides. This bracket is a little bit different. I added a area to attach my antenna for my radio. On the bottom, I've got Southern style off-road rock sliders, and also on the top, a Southern style off-road roof rack. I put the Apache 9800 box up top. I got 4 bolts going on the inside through into the rack on the extrusions, and inside I keep all of my recovery gear, soft shackles, tow rope, kinetic rope, tree saver. I think I got a pair of rubber boots up in there too. On the side here, I made this panel to attach to the rack, and then it's suction cups to the side of the mirror. I needed a way to hold a water can and a diesel can because I have one of those Chinese diesel heaters that I'll show on the inside. I've also got another gas roto packs up here on the top, and then sitting next to it right here is a solar panel that I have hooked up to my electrical system that I'll show when I get to the inside. I guess I could start in the back on the inside. I'm gonna have to switch over to my GoPro to be able to see everything open up because I need 2 hands. But all of this I built here on the inside. It's got a fridge slider, 3 slide out drawers, and then I built this drop down table. I'm gonna switch over to my GoPro and I'll open all of it up. Alright, hopefully you can hear this. First is I got a fridge slide here. I have to slide it out a little more than what it was made for because the shelf on the top was an afterthought, because I originally was going to make this just 2 drawers and then a sleeping platform, but I changed my mind. But I've always got my refrigerator running with drinks and stuff in it because I have a 160 amp hour lithium battery hooked up to the electrical system in here that I'll show in a minute. But so here I got 3 drawers that just has supplies, things you may need out on the trail. Hose clamps, gloves, fuses, tape. That's not my first aid kit, but it was. I took it all out and put it in a bag that's up here in the front. Tire kits. This drawer got other stuff. Battery jumper, some files, a shovel, butt connectors, wires, straps, rubber mallet for stakes. Got a custom knife my dad had made for me for Christmas that I keep in here. And I have this box. I'm not sure I really have anything in it. I got a spare tire gauge. This headlight, if anybody's seen these on Amazon, they work awesome. You can turn them on, and then you can press this button here, and when you wave your hand next to it, the light turns off, and then you can wave your hand back across it and the light will come back on. If you're having to, I guess, talk to somebody and you don't want to blind them and you want to turn it off real quick. I also have a impact, my battery, a drill, screwdriver that I keep in here, and a pair of gloves. And up here in this top drawer, I keep all like the cooking type stuff. So I have a thermos, pan. This is the pot for a rice cooker. My wife's Filipino and has to eat rice with everything. So we got a rice cooker that'll actually fit in here just barely. And then this is all my different pots and bowls and everything. It came in a nice case, but with the case on it, it just barely hits that lip and won't shut the drawer. And I ended up finding another use for the bag, so I just put all the stuff together and put it in a grocery store bag, and it just barely shuts whenever you can see it. Kind of drags the bag right there. But this is my stove up in here I got for Christmas. It folds out into a big stove, and I got a 5-pound propane tank, but I can take it out of that and either set it up on this fold up table Lifetime. I think it's a 48 by 24 when it's open, or I can use this flip down table that I made. I really don't need these straps, but before I got it powder coated, for some reason these little ball detents weren't working right, so I bought these on Amazon. Then I got the backside powder coated, put it all back on, and everything worked fine. But I decided to keep these on there just for extra security to make sure it stays closed. But right now you can just push it shut and it stays. You actually have to pull it to let it down. So now I'm gonna switch back to my phone so it's not as wide a view on everything. Okay, so I'm back with my phone. I guess I can go over some of the stuff that I've got in here. I built this rack. It goes all the way to the seats back there. So I can fit quite a bit into it. So it's just big enough to fit, when folded, it's 24 by 24 table that sits on here. And then I've got my front runner chair on here, and then a couple cheaper moon lance chairs that you erect after you pull out with the little bungee cords like a tent. Like I said earlier, this is my 5-pound propane tank. I've got this Tupperware box that when I go camping, I'll probably put my dry goods or different food and stuff in it that won't go in the refrigerator. And I've got a cutting board sink style deal, the ones that kind of collapse and open up. It's got a drain in it so you can make it a sink. This is my bag for my inflate and deflate I did for my tires. Built my own so I can deflate and inflate all 4 of my tires at one time. Under that is a tarp for my tent when I put it down, just to keep it off the ground. And down here is my tool bag that I have all my tools like sockets and screwdrivers, wrenches, different electrical stuff I think is in there too. And then back here, which I'll show better from the other side, is my air compressor that's in a bag. On this other side, I got a pocket that I have a bag for my electrical cords because I have a 2,000 watt inverter in here. And that's my Chinese diesel heater that fits in there perfectly. You have to get it out from the other side behind the seats. But I guess I can go around to the middle seats. So originally, when I started building all of the drawers and everything, I wasn't going to keep these seats in here. And I did my first test fit and rode around with it for a while. And then when I decided to finalize everything and got some stuff powder coated and put things back in, I was able to push some of the stuff that I'm going to show you now far enough back to where I could fit my seats back in. But here is my 2,000 watt inverter. Then I have a Renogy DC to DC with the MPPT, so it'll charge my lithium battery through the alternator when I drive, or from the solar panel up top. It'll always do the solar panel as long as there's sun, or if I don't turn it off. But as soon as I start the vehicle up, the alternator will kick in and start charging it. Back here, this Milwaukee bag has all of my stuff for the diesel heater, the exhaust pipes, the plumbing and all that for putting it into the tent. Back behind it here is where I've got my electrical. I got USBs. I got 2 cigarette ports. One is for the refrigerator that's always on, running off the lithium battery. And I installed another one that is for this light you put a suction cup on the side of your window, like right here, and the pole extends out 17 feet, I think. So when you get to camp, you can have light up high and it shines down all over everything. But I got other stuff up here on the rack. This is a cot, and over there is the cushion that goes on top of it. These are some down blankets that fit in these pockets here. I'm gonna go around and set down the other seat. So back here in this lunch box is the lithium battery I built. I bought the actual cells and put them together myself and put my own BMS and everything into it. So everything's hooked over from there to there. And then here's another pocket you can put stuff, but this bag right here, that's my air compressor that I can pull out from here and air up my tires. This drawer right here was what I was talking about as far as it and this rack up here being an afterthought. Originally it was just going to be those two drawers down there that butted up to the battery, but after I decided I was going to just buy a nice tent and not worry about sleeping in the vehicle, I built a third drawer and made it even deeper to go over the top of the battery, and then used it so that I could put my rack up on top and put all these holes in here so I can put bungees and stuff to secure everything when we're riding down the road. So over here, I forgot to tell on the back of the my seat, I bought this molly bag thing that has my first aid kit and has different bags to put different things in here. It's got a big pocket through here that I keep like my flashlight and everything in. And down here under the front seat, my tool roll bag that's in the back, it all has just metric stuff that is basically for this vehicle, but for some reason that I would need SAE stuff, all of it's in that old Milwaukee bag that I had no use for until now. So I just keep it under the seat tucked away unless I ended up needing it. And I keep my winch cable. If my remote was to die, the wireless remote, you can plug it into this and plug it into the winch. And I keep a pair of mechanics gloves right back here so I can get to them easily. In the front, I didn't really like the wood grain on anything. The only thing that still has wood grain on it is the small area you can see on the steering wheel that the cover doesn't cover up. But when I'm sitting there, you don't see it. But I bought the Prado air vent covers off of eBay that come in gray, and then anything else that was wood grain, like down here and on the door and above the glove box, I did kind of carbon fiber gray vinyl wrap. I took everything off and wrapped it myself inside. And I also built this little plate that sits on top of the, I don't even know what you call this thing, but where your miles per gallon and time and everything is. I made this panel so that I could put these Blue Point Solution arms on. So I put my phone in this one And then this one, I put my tablet on it whenever we're out riding. I've got a aux beam 8 gain button switch panel that I made this little adapter that goes behind where the sun visor comes down. I unbolted this and made a bracket that fit up inside it. You can't really see it, but it comes up in here, and when you put the screws down, it holds everything and keeps this secure in place. I've got this overhead molly panel that I made. I can put a few things up on top. If I open the sunroof cover, it gives a lot more room to stuff stuff up there. But I bought these 2 molly bags. I usually keep my wallet or something in here when I'm driving if I don't want to be sitting on it or have them in my pocket. And then this other bag, I keep my microphone for my radio when I'm not using it. I have one of those hooks that hook to the molly panel that you can pull down and then pull it a little bit and it'll come back up. But my radio down there, I have one of those old everybody calls them Phoenix radios, but I bought it from AliExpress before I think most people got one of these, but mine's old and won't update anymore, so I think I'm gonna get a more updated one here shortly. But I guess that's it. That's everything I can think of on my 2006 GX470. We just got done doing a 4,300 mile road trip from Louisiana through Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, back up to Utah, then through New Mexico, Texas, and back to Louisiana. Hope to be doing a lot more riding this year. The closest thing for us to ride here in Louisiana is going up to Arkansas, but I hope to go on a trip here in the next month or so. I just bought a Insta360 camera that I hope to get a lot of footage on our trips. I got a friend who just got a 2-door Bronco that I go ride with, and we're hoping to do a lot more trips this year. So I hope to do some more videos and put them out, see if everybody likes them. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.